Hey, limitless beings. Skye Hanley here, alignment coach and business mentor, bringing you another most amazing YouTube video. Just talking about your business positioning, right? And we're actually talking about, some back end business positioning stuff. Now, let me just preface by saying, I know sometimes when we talk about these things, it's very easy to glaze over and kind of go, I don't want to talk about back end business things, or what does business positioning even mean? And look, in terms of back end business positioning, not front end, that's a conversation for another day, Well, look, or maybe, when we talk about targets or forecasting or, tracking your figures or those kinds of different things. I get it. Sometimes it can make us emotional, like it make us a bit sweaty, right? Because like, oh my God, I don't track my business, or I don't do forecasting, or I don't do, all these different things. And look, I'm not going to talk about all of those things today, so it's all right. You can wipe the sweat off. We're okay. You're still safe. But what I do want to talk about is just a little, back-end business thing that honestly could make all the difference in not only how you move through business, but how your business functions on the back end of things. Alrighty. Now, look, if you're new to my YouTube channel, like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all the most amazing videos that we're putting out. Now, this video today, actually comes from, this sort of concept is just one tiny little piece of what I recently covered in my Money Codes Mastery 5 Days to 10K course. That was totally amazing, totally fucking next level. You guys, next time, it's running, like jump the fuck on it. I'm not just saying that, so many amazing transformations, I can't even talk, so many amazing people, jumped in on it. And, the second day we actually spoke about mastering your money, right? So it's, Money Codes Mastery, 5 Days to 10K, and each day, was a different part of the formula that is going to get you from $0 to $10,000 weeks, all right? So the second day was mastering your money. And one of the last things we spoke about, like just a little snippet, was actually, having buckets. All right. And buckets are basically having a variety of different places where your money lands or goes. All right. Because sometimes what happens, in business is that if you're a sole trader, or maybe you're a company structure or something like that, look, if you're a company structure or a trust or something along those lines, maybe you have a bit more organization, I would hope so, right? Going on in the back end, because, the ins and outs, belong to the company, right? But if you're a sole trader, what sometimes happens is that, that what's coming in and what's going out, and what is the businesses and what isn't the businesses, what's your personal expenses, it can start to get a bit gray, right? And if you want to set yourself up to go from $0 to $10,000 weeks, then part of the formula means that you actually have to start mastering different areas of your of your money, including your buckets. All right. Now, I give the example of, what buckets I have, right? So I have a personal account, a personal savings account. What else do I have? I actually have them written down because I'm being absent-minded today, apparently. Personal credit card. I then have a business account, which is my business in-out. I then have my business cash reserve, and then I also have like a business credit card. All right. Now, the reason that I have all these different accounts is because, look, to be honest with you, only little bits and pieces happen in my my personal banking account. I move money obviously into my personal savings, and we'll talk about that just in a little bit more depth in terms of the frequency of that account in a second. All right. And again, don't glaze over just yet. Like the juiciness, you'll understand, right? And then I have, my personal credit card, which obviously, personal things go off. I did all of this before, becoming a company trust anyway, a long time ago, because, having the differentiation between what is actually personal and then what is the business's money, not only does it help your bookkeeper and your accountant, but it helps you and your brain too. Now, let me just put in here, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I am just telling you, a perspective of something that helped me along my business journey, going from $0 to having, 10K plus weeks, consecutively throughout the year. Alrighty. Now, I also have obviously my business account, as I said, that's kind of my in out, when money comes in, people pay me, all the rest of it. I pay, my team from that account, all those different bits and pieces, right? I also have a business cash reserve, and it's so important for you to have that business cash reserve, because not only might that be, tax dollars for you that you're saving and pulling aside because you're being, diligent, rather than waiting till the end of the year and then going, holy fuck, I owe X amount of money, and then having a tax debt roll over, right? Just collect it in little pieces throughout the year anyway. As money comes in, put it aside in your business cash reserve so it's already there. This is the system we live in, right? So we don't have to get all governmental and worldly and, this and that on it. This is simply the system that we have to work with if you are here in Australia, right? If you are external, these things still work for you too, but your government systems might be a little bit different. You may be registered for GST, you may not be, so business cash reserve is to move things like your tax and your GST into, so that it's there as a holding account, as well as I always ensure that I have a little bit of a business buffer, meaning that that there is a little bit of extra cash in there too, just in case, because you never know if you're going to need another bit of equipment, or this is going to come in, or that bill, or just something. It's just future proofing our business, ensuring there is a bit of a buffer in there, as in the contained within the business, as a just in case contingency, right? And then I have a business credit card, where obviously different things, subscriptions and stuff come out of, and I sort of pay. And I'm not saying that is probably the right way to do it either. You might want to have that coming straight out of your business in out. Now, that is kind of the structural part of it, all right? I always talk about things that are strategy, that is soul aligned. So that's probably the strategic part. Having a clear system, that enables you to see what is coming in, where is it going, where is it moving to, what is the businesses, what is you and your pay. Again, even if you are a sole trader, start thinking like an enterprise, all right? So that and forecasting, we could talk about forecasting another day, and hopefully you wouldn't glaze over. I mean, we talked about it in Money Codes Mastery, and it was super empowering for people, because doing our forecasting and understanding what it costs us as a human, to live, to thrive, to do all of the things, as well as what it costs our business, for our business to roll over, on top of what do we then want, what do we then want to make in profit, right? And then what does that mean in terms of our targets? How many people we need to be inviting into our business, paying X amount of dollars to get us to that financial position, right? That is like our forecasting and targets and target tracking, right? That is an important piece to the puzzle, especially if you want growth, all right, within your business, within your life, within your realm. Now, the soul part of it, is what we were talking about, within Money Codes Mastery, is that I actually have, I have high frequency names for each of my accounts, right? Because it really changes the dynamic of how you invite money, into your existence, into your life. So for me, let me just pick one, my business bank account. So my business bank account is called I Love Money. No, not because I am, money hungry or something like that, but because my business bank account is called I Love Money because it's my signal to happy dance. I love money and money loves me. 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 So that, to me, I called my bank account that. It is a frequency, it is a vibration, it is a happy dance, because money is a frequency. It is an energy exchange. Somebody has a problem, I have a service. How awesome is that I get to help them, right? And I get to make impact and income at the same time. You guys have heard me say that before, and guess what? So do you. So I love money and money loves me. I love money and money loves me. The more me I am, the more money I make. The more fun I have, the more money I make, right? So I call that, a high frequency name, so that, so that I can call in more amazing high frequency money. Right? Now, which one? Business cash reserve. My business cash reserve is called I'm so lucky I pay tax. I'm so lucky I pay tax. right? Because the idea in that is like we can get all like stroppy and be like, oh my God, and this is my hard-earned dollars, and this is, now I've got to pay the fucking GST and taxes and this, that, and the other. And we can get all like, low frequency fucking blah blah on it if we want to. Your prerogative, right? I choose to not do that. This is the system we live in, and I want to bring high frequency into my business. So I'm so lucky I pay tax. Because if I'm paying tax, guess what that means? It means my business is healthy. It means my business is ticking on. It means that I'm in some kind of profit, right? Because if I wasn't paying tax or I wasn't paying GST, it's because so much money, I'm hemorrhaging so much money going out of my business that, I'm not paying tax because I'm coming under all the thresholds. Right? Can you feel the frequency shift in that? Instead of being all like, oh, fuck the government, this, that, and the other, like, look, it's the system we have. Cool, no worries. Like, this is how it works. So put it aside. I'm so lucky I pay tax, right? So that's the high frequency name for that account. I also have my personal savings is called the Queendom's Wealth. And the reason it's called the Queendom's Wealth is because I used to have a money story that said, I'm really good at making money and I'm really good at spending money, but I'm not very good at holding money. So the thing is, if I was a queen, I had a queendom, which, effectively I do, right? And the queendom had a treasury. Well, for that queendom to stay, as a solid, entity, you do not steal from the treasury. Right? You do not steal from the treasury. So my personal savings, is called the Queendom's Wealth because I will not steal from the Queendom's Wealth. I get to see it, climbing and climbing bit by bit, week to week, which again, is a disruptor for my past, back in the day money story that I'm just not very good at holding wealth. Right? I get to visually see wealth increasing, and wealth is so much more than the dollars in our bank account. However, the dollars get to, matter as well. That's fine, right? And so I get to see it increasing. So I call it the Queendom's Wealth because I'm never going to, pilfer from the Queendom's Wealth. Now, the last account that I haven't mentioned as yet that I have as well that is a super high frequency account is called my splurge account, all right? Or it is a splurge account. And the splurge account, each week my partner and I, we both, have money come out of our accounts and then they go into something that we call, that is our splurge account. We literally call that account Fun and Dreams. All right? Because that is what it is for. It is to just blow on shit. Right? Like whatever we want, whenever we want it, like fun holidays, to know that there's money already sitting there, to go on a holiday or, to be able to go, I'm going skydiving in the next month or something, a bit sweaty about that one, to go skydiving. We just go, cool, no worries, we'll take it from fun, Fun and Dreams because that is what that account is for. So we get to see, our fun and dreams and we see that accumulate and we get to go, oh my gosh, what do you want to do with that? So it's excitement, it's high frequency. Right? So the strategic portion is obviously to ensure, that you have different buckets, that what you are doing is clear, that the money that is the businesses, even if you're a sole trader, right? Like the money that is the businesses, is put into the appropriate buckets, that yes, you are paying yourself as well, which is a really good habit to get into when you start as a sole trader, hoping that you're going to grow and obviously become a company at some point in time or a trust, whatever your, choice may be, and you'll be them getting paid by the company trust, right? So starting that practice when you're a sole trader, is amazing. You want to have systems and structures around your money. Although money is fluid, it comes and it goes and it's here and it's there and it's a frequency and it's an energy, it also loves structure. All right. So having structure around your money is super, super important too. And then the soul frequency alignment portion of that, as we discussed, is to then call your accounts something super high frequency, so that it lifts you up, so that it excites you, so that you don't pilfer from your own queendom's wealth, right? So that you maybe have a splurge account, so that you even if it's just a little bit, it doesn't matter what goes in there week to week, right? It's just that visual, amazing representation that you are worth it, that you are enough, that you do get to celebrate, that you do get to have fun, that you can live out your dreams. It's all that amazing stuff. And so that's why you call those accounts, I'm so lucky I pay tax. I'm so lucky I pay tax because that means I have a healthy, functioning business. How awesome is that? All right, you guys, I hope that was super helpful. Like I said, look, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I'm just giving you my personal experience as part of my journey, journeying with money, journeying with growth, journeying with finances that used to make me fucking sweaty as, and now it's like, no, it's just data. It's amazing. It's good data. It helps me make decisions, right? Like, that's all awesome. So I hope this has been helpful to you. And obviously, as I said before, like, subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all the most amazing videos that we are putting out. Love you guys. Bye.